What's up? Cheers, everybody. It's time for the Fears podcast. That's right. So, anyway, Fears, audience Fears. What's up? Today is a very special stream. Today's my dad's birthday. So, shout out to my dad. John William Fears. Today is my dad's birthday. So, I thought that we would sing him happy birthday. So, show some love in the comments section. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear dad. Happy birthday to you. That's right. It's my dad's birthday. I'm going to talk a little bit about my dad today. We got some reviews. I went and bought groceries, so we're going to do a Walmart haul. So, anyway, I hope you guys are all doing good. Hope you guys are all doing great. But shout out to my dad. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to my dad. Happy birthday. Yo, Richie, what's going on, man? So, yeah, show some love in the chat for my dad. It's his birthday today. Fears has got his healthy snack, grapes. Fears has got his coffee. I'm ready to rock and roll. So, Dad, happy birthday. You know I love you. You know I miss you. My dad is the best. My dad would have been 66 today. My dad would have been 66 today. So, yeah. It's sad. I miss him. You know, I think about him all the time. But we'll get into that in just a second. But I just wanted to, throw my dad some love. Let me put on my headphones. Richie says, happy birthday, Father Fears. Thank you so much, Richie, for that. I can't thank you enough for that. I really appreciate that. That's really nice of you to say. Let me just plug in my headphones, and then we'll be able to rock and roll here. Give me 1 second here. I always have to plug them in like after the fact because I always like to do like the intro song first because if you have the headphones on before, then you won't be able to hear like the intro song. So give me 1 second. So that's why I always plug them in after the song's done. So. Okay, give me 1 second here. Let me turn this on. Hello. Let me turn it up there just a little bit. Can you guys hear me? All right, there it is. Just wanted to get the headphones rocking. Yeah, so today's topics are my dad's birthday today. That's right. My dad's birthday is today. I did a Walmart haul while I was at Walmart getting groceries. So I thought I would buy some goodies, and I'm always adding things to the collection. You know, some idiot trolls may not think I'm a nerd and that I collect toys and that I collect, nerd stuff, but I'm always adding something to the collection. If not once a week, at least twice a week. So I always show the hauls here so they know I'm not lying, Plus, every once in a while, I post a picture or two here or there in LC's Discord. I just started posting pictures like 2 or 3 days ago in LC's Discord. So I'm going to show you the Walmart haul. And then, last night I watched Jason X, the 10th movie in the Friday the 13th series, Jason X. So we're going to review that. That's the one where he goes to space. And it's hilarious. So anyway, shout out to my dad. It's his birthday today. Shout out to all the fans. I hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are doing awesome. So show some love in the chat for my dad. That's right. My dad would be 66 years old today. And you know what? Even though he's not here, I think about him all the time, guys. I pray for him every day. And I pray for my family every day, too. And my dad's still the best. My dad is still the best, even though he's not here. My dad's awesome. I do miss the good times, though. I miss, him joking around with me joking around with him, all the amazing advice he always gave me. And if you guys don't know, I guess I'll start with my dad, the first topic. My dad was in the Army, and my dad was born in 1957, and he passed away in 2022. So, loving father, loving husband to my mom, and he had one sister, my aunt Donna, and he was a sergeant in the military. So when he first got in, he started off as a private, worked his way up to sergeant. My dad had two jobs. When he was on the ground, he was a military police officer that basically guarded a bunker full of like anti-tank weapons. So it had like tanks in there, it had anti-tank weapons, it had machine guns, it had rocket launchers, and my dad was a military police officer and he would stand in front and guard it so nobody would like, fuck around with the building or try to steal shit. So whenever he was on the ground, he did that. Whenever he was not on the ground on the weekends, he was a paratrooper, and he made like I think it was either what did my dad say? It was either he made 500 extra bucks on the weekend or 1,000. I can't remember, but they needed volunteers for people to be paratroopers, and the way my dad explained it is one of his military bosses came up to him and said, "Hey, John, have you got a minute?" And my dad was like, "Yeah, sure. What's going on?" And he's like, "Listen, he's like, we're down on paratroopers. You want to make some extra bucks?" And my dad was fearless, hence the name. And my dad was like, "Sure. Like, what do I got to do?" And he's like, uh, "Have you ever jumped out of an airplane?" And my dad's like, "No, I can't say I have." And he's like, "Do you want to?" And my dad's like, "How much extra money will I make?" And I think he made like 1,000 extra bucks on the weekend. And my dad's like, "Oh hell yeah!" See, that's what difference between me and my dad. I would look at him and go, "Look, Fears is not afraid of heights. I mean, I go flying all the time. Whenever I go visit my family and shit, I have no problem flying. But I just don't know if I could jump out of an airplane. That's why I look up to my dad so much. Like I told my dad a million times when my dad was still alive, I was like, "Dad, you're a lot braver than me." I'm like, "I couldn't jump out of an airplane." He's like, "Ah," he's like, "You get used." He goes, "You get used to it after a couple of jumps." And I was like, "That's you, Dad." I'm like, "I don't know if I could ever get used to jumping out of an airplane." Yo, Visions, what's going on? Hey, man, thanks for the love. Visions says, "Happy birthday, Fierce Dad, and happy PI Day, y'all." Richie says, "What up, Visions?" So yeah, so that's very nice of you, Visions. So yeah, so my dad was born in 1957 and he died in 2022, so just last year. So it's been my dad passed away last September. So October, November, December, January, February. So it's and now we're in March. So it was 6 months ago. 6 months ago. Um, I'm still trying to deal with it. But my mom sent me this lovely photo, and my mom sent me a photo. She went there to the military cemetery where my dad's buried, and I'm looking at the photo right now. My mom got my dad a beautiful bouquet of yellow and orange and red flowers. I think that was some of my dad's favorite colors. I can't remember. And then somebody else came to visit my dad, and they have another bouquet of flowers on the other side. Then my mom got my dad an American flag since he was a military guy, put the flag in the ground, and then my mom brought some birthday candles that say 66, and then my mom brought my dad a slice of cake. And she took a picture with all that stuff, and it looks really nice. It looks really sweet, and man, I miss him though. I miss him more now than ever. Like seriously, like, and I pray for my dad every single day, you guys. Like in the morning and at night, and I literally have been talking to him. I literally have been talking to him, and I've been like, "Dad, I'm like, Fierce is going through a lot right now, ups and downs, and good times and bad times. People being shitty on the internet to me, and you know, um, I told him about work. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. Finally, it's getting better with my fifth day back. So I talk to my dad all the time. So big shout out to my dad. Happy birthday, and thank you to everyone in the chat for wishing my dad well. So yeah, he was born in 1957. So my dad lived a long, happy life. My dad was so funny. He was, but he was a little bit of both. He knew when to be serious, but when to be funny too. So I learned a lot from him. You know, my dad taught me. My dad taught me. I can still remember when Fears was a wee little lad. Man, I'm. You know what I miss so much? Me and my dad playing catch. I fell in love with baseball because of my dad. My dad loved baseball. My dad took me to games. Then I started playing t-ball. When I was a little kid, I played baseball visions. I played, well, first I played t-ball, which is a version of baseball. Then I played normal baseball. Then I played soccer because my mom wanted me to play soccer. And I like soccer, part of my British roots. Um, what else did I play as a kid? Oh, and then at church, I always played like sand volleyball whenever I went to church camp. Um, my dad was very active in our church, very active. He was a deacon, and then when my dad was still in the army, he met my mom. And my dad was doing some military service in Italy, and my mom was on vacation with my grandma, my British grandma, in Italy. And I think I've told you guys this story before, but if they wouldn't have bumped into each other, it's kind of like a Cinderella type of story. If my mom and dad literally bumped into each other, if they wouldn't have bumped into each other, fears would not exist. I kid you not. So if you haven't heard the story, yo, heroes, what's going on? Heroes, one of the topics today is, my dad passed away last September. Well, today is my dad's birthday. Today's my dad's birthday, so show my dad some love. He would be 66 today. And I was just telling everybody how my mom and my dad met. So the way they met, my mom was on vacation in Italy with my grandma, my British grandma, and my dad. Whenever you join the military, one of the perks is you get to travel all around the world. My dad went everywhere. My dad went to Hawaii. My dad went to Canada, Italy, England, France. I mean, he was all over the place. So he was doing some military training in Italy. And he was out with his buddies. And my mom was out with her girlfriends and my grandma. And back then, there was a lot of discos. Now you'd call them clubs. And my dad overheard a conversation that my mom was having with her girlfriends, and one of my mom's girlfriends said, "But what if we go in this like discotheque and it's not worth going in? Like what if like we pay the money and we get in there and it's just crap inside, And so my dad, being the smooth guy he is, he went up to him and said, "Hey, I'll tell you what, like me and my party felt the same way. Like, what if we go in there and we waste money?" He goes, "I'll tell you what." He goes, "You guys stay here. I'll go in and check it out, and I'll see if it's worth going in." So my dad paid the money, went in. He was in there for like 10 minutes and came back out and said, "Oh yeah, it's definitely worth it. It's popping." He goes, "It's popping inside." So they all went inside, and my mom was hanging out with her girlfriends on the other side. My dad was hanging out with his like guy friends. And basically, my dad said, "Hey guys, you're on your own. I'm gonna go talk to that chick." And then my dad's buddy was like, "Hey John, like what are you talking about, man? Like we're here to hang out." And he goes, "Look," he goes, "I would be a fool if I didn't go over there and talk to that pretty lady. You guys are on your own." He goes, "I hang out with you guys all the time." He goes, "This is my one shot at love, man." He goes, "I'm going over there. I'm gonna go talk to her." So my dad moseys on over, and he excuses my mom away from her girlfriends and said, "Hey, like, do you mind? Do you want to dance? Do you want me to buy you a drink?" And my mom was like, "Yeah, sure." So they start talking. And then towards the end of the night, her girlfriends are like, "Hey, we're gonna go back to the hotel. You want to come with us?" And my mom was having so much fun. And my mom basically did the same thing that my dad did to his friend. She went, "You guys are on your own. I'm gonna keep talking to John." So they talked all through the night until the club closed at like 2 a.m. And then my mom was like, "Well, I better go back to my hotel." And my dad's like, "I'm having so much fun. Like, let's just keep talking." And my mom's like, "Yeah, I kind of want to keep talking too, but like, the club's closed." And he goes, "Well," he goes, "I'll tell you what." He goes, "There's a 24-hour restaurant in my hotel." He's like, "Do you want to go get something to eat?" And so they pretty much sat in that restaurant slash bar at my dad's hotel because my dad was doing some military service over in Italy. And they sat there. I kid you not, Visions. They sat there all night at that restaurant and just talked. And then this was back in the day, right? So once it hit morning, my mom's like, "Well, I better go. I'm really tired." My dad's like, "Oh man," he goes, "I can't believe we talked all night." Stuff like those types of stories don't happen anymore. Usually it's like, "Yeah, I met this chick off of TikTok. Yeah, I met this chick off of, you know, plentyoffish.com or some shit like that." So it'd be kind of cool if I met a chick like that. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to meet chicks like that. Those kind of stories. Or like, I'm old school. Like, I'd rather meet someone through a friend or some shit. Fuck all these, like, dating apps. They suck. Anyway. Yo, thanks, Heroes. I appreciate that. Hero says, "Happy birthday. May he rest in peace." Hey, man, I really appreciate that, Heroes. Thank you so much. Uh, so this was back in the day, so my mom was like, "You're a really good guy, John. Like, this stinks. She goes, in 3 days, I'm going to go back to England. And she goes, when do you go back to America? And my dad's like, well, he goes, I've got another week. He goes, I've got another week. He goes, I've got another week of training. And so this was back in the day, right? So my dad's like, well, we had such a great time last night. He goes, and you're beautiful. So there was no texting back then. There was no TikTok back then. So my mom's like, well, what do we do? My dad's like, well, I'll tell you what. He goes, I'm here for another week of training. He goes, but when I get back, he goes, I could, call you on the phone or I could write you a letter. So my mom's like, oh, that's a plan. Because he said, I think you're amazing. He goes, I don't want to not stop talking to you. Like, he goes, I think you're super cool. He goes, you're one of the coolest chicks I've ever met in my life. My mom's like, I think you're one of the greatest guys. And so they exchanged numbers and letters. And then literally for a year, my mom and my dad wrote letters. And then finally the next year, my dad said, hey, this time around, I get to pick wherever I want to do, to travel, to do some of my more trainings. And my mom didn't know how like American training works. And he goes, well, I can do half my training in America. He goes, and then the reason why we go to other countries is because America wants to be the best military around. So he goes, we steal strategies from other countries and we implement them into our military. So that's why my dad was going to like do some military training in England and France and shit like that. You hone the best skills that they have so America can have the best military. So my dad wrote my mom or called her and said, hey, this time around, like last year, I had to go to Italy. They picked it, but this year I can pick wherever I want to do 6 months of training. And my mom's like, well, why don't you just do England? He goes, well, that's what I was thinking. He goes, then we could hang out every day. And my mom's like, oh, that sounds cool. So my dad literally moved to England for 6 months, did his training, and every day they like went on like either a big date or a little date. And then after those 6 months, uh, they got married in England. And back then, if you married a foreigner, you had to get now you only have to have one marriage license. But back in the day, if you married a foreigner, you had to get married in their country, and then she had to get a visa and come over to America and get married there if you were marrying an American. So they did the big extravagant wedding in England, in England, and then they came over, and that's when my mom met my American grandma, my American grandpa, and because my mom was like, kind of poor and just starting off their life, my mom, the way my mom told me the story, she goes, I didn't have enough money for a wedding dress. She goes, I literally had to borrow your dad's sister's wedding dress. So my Aunt Donna, she got married first, and then she was like, my mom's name is Helen, and my Aunt Donna said, Helen, I don't know if you're going to be able to fit in my dress because she goes, I just had a kid, so my wedding dress is kind of big, but she goes, we could have it tailored because my mom was super skinny. And my mom's like, I don't have enough money for a dress, so it's going to have to work. So my grandma, my aunt said, well, we can take it to a tailor and we can figure it out. And literally my grandma made my dad's wedding cake. That's how I mean they were trying to scrape it together because they said, well, we had the big extravagant one in England. Now we all have to just have like a little party type of thing, little wedding in America, and they had it in my church that I go to. The same church that I go to back in Missouri. That's the same church that my mom and dad got married. They got married, and that was in 1970. Well, the first wedding was in 1979, and then they stayed in England for a little while, and then the second wedding was in 1980, and then Fears came in 1983, and then my brother came in 1980. Oh, what was it? When was my brother? My brother's either 1988 or 1989. I can't remember. I should know that. My bad. Sorry to my brother. My brother. I'm pretty sure my brother's 1988. Anyway, so there. So that's kind of the story about how my mom and dad met. But I miss my dad a lot. But it's my dad's birthday today, so I appreciate all the love to my dad. Hero says, came in to let you know that you're out of Discord jail. Well, I shouldn't have been there to begin with because I didn't start it. It was those idiots that started it. So yeah, feel free to come in whenever you want. Just no more calling people idiots. Well, you should tell them, Hero, because I never start it. I never start it. They always start it, and then they act like sweet little angels, and then oh, we'd never do anything wrong, and then they blame it on me. So Nothing against you, heroes. I still love you. I'm still your friend. I think other people should have got timed out too. So I'm probably gonna stay away for a day or two because I still need to calm down because I was pretty upset that I got a timeout just for defending myself. They always give me tons of shit and for nothing. So yeah, but it's good to know that I'm out of Discord jail. But anyway, heroes, I appreciate you giving some love to my dad. That's just my opinion. I think other people should have got timed out too. That's all I'm gonna say on the issue. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, let's continue on. But I appreciate the love, heroes. We're still cool. We're still buddies. I hope you have fun at MegaCon this weekend. I'll be honest, I just didn't feel like going, man. I appreciate the offer. I just did not feel like going. I wanted to save some of my money. But you and your daughter and I think your son's going, right? You all have a good time at MegaCon, and I hope you guys have fun at MegaCon. So yeah, but I appreciate it. I will admit, heroes, I was going a little off the hinges, so I understand why I got a timeout. I get it. I understand. I'm just saying I think other people should have got timed out too. But that's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, but you, buddy, you have a good time. If I change my mind at the last minute, I'll let you know about MegaCon because I am kind of interested of going maybe one day because Randy found out for me that Nev Campbell's coming. So if I do go, I may just slip in, get a little Nev Campbell action. So I'm still on the fence because it would be cool. Because it would be cool. And listen, heroes, I understand. I understand it wasn't your call. It was the administrator's call. I already talked to the administrator, and I told her how sorry I was about me losing my temper at other people. And she said, "It's fine, Fears. We're still cool." She goes, "I'm just trying to do my job." And I said, "I understand you're trying to do your job, and that's why I wasn't upset." I said, "You got to do what you got to do." I said, "I understand." I said, "I understand that you gave me a timeout." And all I said was, I think they should have got a timeout too. But I said, it's cool. It's whatever, you know. So we're all cool. We're still cool, heroes. We're still cool. I'm still cool with the administrator, and I'm still cool with we're still cool with the I'm still cool with all my because I do still have some buddies in your Discord. It's just the other idiots I can't stand, you know. So I'll do my best to be civil, but you got to tell them to try and be civil too, because sometimes they'll start it. Even when I come in, I'll be like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And then immediately, "Hey Fears, die, kill yourself, fuck you Fears." So you got to tell them to not start shit too. And it's always the same idiots. It's always like Adam Machidi, fucking Joey, because I saw that idiot's back. Um, uh, that Smash guy, he always starts shit. Quentin always starts shit. So if you tell them not to start shit, I won't start shit, you know? Because they always start it, and then they're like, "Oh no, we're sweet angels. We'd never say anything." And then I'm like, "Look, I'm not an idiot. They're not idiots. We can read the Discord. Oh, there you go. You started it." Anyway, but that's good. I'm glad that we're still good. Heroes, if I'm telling you though, if I change my mind about MegaCon, because there's still time, you know, you can buy your ticket, what, up to, what, 3 days before? I'm seriously thinking, I may just go for a day and just get the Nev Campbell thing out of the way. So if I do go, it'll be for that. But as of right now, I'm just not feeling it. But I'll let you know. They will all get the same treatment, my friend. Well, again, they didn't get the same treatment yesterday. They started it. They should have got a timeout, but I'm zipping my lip. That's all I got to say. So hopefully from now on, if you guys see them starting it, they got to get a timeout. Because that's only fair. If I get a timeout, then they should get a timeout. You know? And not just for 5 minutes. It should be for a day or whatever. So yeah. Oh, wait. Is it? Hang on. I thought MegaCon was this weekend. Oh yeah, Vision. Listen, Visions. Once a week I get a death threat. Once a week I get at least a death threat. Absolutely. That's that. Ever since I started YouTube, I've gotten many death threats. Heroes, I thought MegaCon was this weekend. Give me a second. Hang on. Let me go. Let me go to. Let me go to the website. I could have sworn it was this weekend. because when I was at the mall the other day, I heard people talking about it, and I thought it was this weekend. Like when I went to FYE, tons of people there, and the minute it was like two guys, they were like, I don't know, mid-20s, like one was 28, one was 27, that's what it looked like. And one guy recognized me. I swear to God, I'm not even kidding. He goes, oh, hey. He goes, I see you at those toy shows. And I was like, do you know my friend Jeff? And he goes, is that the tall fucking guy with the long ass, like, gray hippie hair? And I was like, that's Jeff. I'm like, Jeff's the man. And he goes, is he in charge of MegaCon? I was like, I'm like, sadly, no. I'm like, Jeff does more little shows. But I told these guys, heroes, I said, even though they're little, they're still great. I said, I met a friend. I didn't say your name, heroes, but I said, I met a friend through one of these. I said, I've bought in cool, like, toys and collectibles and shit like that there. I said, Jeff puts on some good shows. And then one guy's like, oh, yeah, well, me and my friend, we're going to MegaCon. And the way they made it sound, I thought it was like this weekend coming up. So hang on, let me go to Google here. When is, let's see, hang on, MegaCon. MegaCon.com. Oh, wow, it is. Yeah, buy tickets, MegaCon Orlando Fan Expo, 4-day pass. Holy shit, $109. Wow. Wow. So it begins. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So I went to the website, heroes. It says MegaCon begins in 15 days, 21 hours, 47 minutes, and 54 seconds. Oh. I don't know. For some reason, those guys made it sound like it was this weekend. Well, I'm gonna save this website and have a little look-see because I could change my mind from now to 15 days from now. So I'll save this page. But yeah. But anyway, heroes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about how everything went down. I really am sorry about how things went down. I understand why I got a timeout, and I'm glad that we're still good, and I'm glad that everyone will get the same treatment. But yeah, Visions, that's not anything new. They've threatened to kill me many times. They've told me to kill myself. I mean, and if it's not that, they make fun of my dad, or they make fun of my family, or they make fun of my friends. It's just constant shit. So yeah. But anyway, that's all I'm gonna say about it. But so, heroes, please tell your administrator that if you see someone starting shit, they got to get a timeout because it's always been them starting it. Always. I've never started it, not once. Hero says you should come with us Saturday, April 1st. I got my tickets already. Saturday's just $55. Oh, that's not bad. $55 is not that bad. I don't know about doing 4 days, but I definitely could. I'm definitely probably thinking one day because I know the whole family's coming. I know you're coming. Your little one, the 6-year-old's coming, and I know your daughter's coming. Right? I don't know about your older son, but I know you said your daughter and your little guy is coming. The little guy, he's coming, which he'll love it. All kids, all little kids. Not only do they love superheroes and but they're gonna love a convention, especially with their dad. If their dad's into Marvel and DC and shit like that you're into, heroes, the little guy is gonna love going to Comic-Con with you. So you guys are gonna have a fucking blast. You guys are gonna have a blast. But yeah, I'll let you know. I'm still thinking on it. But if I do go, it'll probably be for like either a day or 2 days. I don't want to go 4 days. That's just too much. There's only been one convention ever that I've ever went to that's been 4 days, and that was that big Halloween convention. Heroes, you would love that convention. I'm telling you. It's got a weird name. It's called Trans World Halloween Attraction. Put your mind at ease. It has nothing to do with trannies. I promise you. I'm not the person that named it. It's just a massive Halloween convention. It should have just been called Halloween and Attractions Comic-Con. But they called it Trans World Halloween and Attractions Comic-Con. And it's pretty much Comic-Con, but on crack when it comes to Halloween. That's what it is, basically. So, heroes, you would love it. But, oh man, when they found out that I went there, they were doing so many tranny jokes. What, fears, you're into trannies? And I'm like, no, you're an idiot. I'm not into trannies. That's just the name of the fucking convention. You're a fucking moron, you know? But of course, they do all that stupid shit. So, but I'm telling you, Heroes, you would love that convention. It's the biggest Halloween convention in the Midwest. Midwest, probably the biggest one. Here, Visions, you're big into Halloween, just like Fears is. You'd love it, I'm telling you. Anyway, let's continue on. But Heroes, I'm glad that we're good. And listen, I'm sorry about all the shit, but I'm telling you, I never start it. Despite what they say, oh, Fears always starts it. No, I've never started it, not once. It's always them. So hopefully they get a timeout too, and hopefully they get punished. Because I'll be honest, I'm like, I shouldn't be the only one to get a timeout. But that's all I'm going to say. But I'm glad that me and the administrator are still cool, and I'm glad that we're still cool, buddy. And, yeah. And I get that, Heroes. I get that. But literally, I hate to burst your bubble. There's some people in there that just want to torture my life. There's some people in there that are not even collectors. They're just in there because they know you're my friend and I'm your friend. That's how it always be. We'll always be friends, buddy. And they're in there just to make my life a living hell. You definitely need a clean house. That's all I'm going to say. There's some people in there that will just spread negativity. There's been times where I've came in there and just said hello. Hey, Fears, do this, do this. You're an idiot. Hey, Fears, kill yourself. You're the worst person ever. They always do that. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And I do my very best. I do my very best. And then, of course, it's always my fault. But I'm not mad. I'm just frustrated. You know? It always seems to be my fault. And it's never my fault. And I'm being dead honest. I've never started it, not once. And apparently they're sweet little golden angels that never do any harm. But anyway, let's not ruin the show about talking about them. Let's continue on. So yeah. But Heroes, you have my word. I will. I'll do my very best. Anyway, on a better note, thank you guys so much for giving my dad so much love. I talked to my mom today. She's doing all right. I need to call my grandma, so I'll probably call my grandma right after this stream. But, yeah, my dad would have been 66. My dad was the coolest fucking guy ever. My dad was so cool. Not only did he have a cool job, and then after the military, after the military, my dad went back to college, because that was his plan. He went, all right, I'll do the military. And then he goes, then I don't have to pay for it. He goes, the government will have to pay for it. So my dad was a smart cookie. So he did his time. And my dad was in the Army for, what was it? It was either 8 years or 10 years. I can't remember. But it was a long time. As soon as he got out, he was around 27, 28 when he got out. Because my dad went into the military kind of early, like when he was either 19 or 20, like when he went in. And when he got out, my dad got a bachelor's in computer science, and then my dad got a job, which I think this is so cool. My dad was like, well, now that I have a family and I'm married, he goes, I got to get a job, and I got to get a job quick, because he was like, well, yeah, I was getting tons of money from the Army, but he's like, now that I'm out, he goes, I need to get like a big boy job. So my dad got a big boy job at this really big company. It still exists today, but, you can even hear my grandpa was filming one of the family videos, and you hear someone in the background say, "Hey, John, when do you start your new job? Now that college and the military's done." And you hear, I think they were at either my birthday or one of the little kids' birthday, one of my little cousin's birthday or something. And you hear my dad say in the background, he goes, "Oh," he goes, I went for the interview last Tuesday, and next Monday, that's my first day at Monsanto." So my dad worked at Monsanto pretty much all of his life, and then the last 15 years of my dad's work life, they literally said, "Hey, John, like, you're doing your job so well, and you've got like 12 people under you. How would you like 20 people under you and have you quit Monsanto, come over to Monsanto's sister company, which is Pfizer?" He goes, and he goes, "We'll pay you more money, and you'll have more people working under you, and then you can retire in a couple of years." My dad's like, "Oh, that sounds like a plan." He goes, "Oh yeah, I'll take more money for sure, for sure." So Pfizer, the way my dad explained it to me, it used to be just Monsanto. Then they broke up, or then they split the company. Then Pfizer was created. So then it was Monsanto and Pfizer. Then they got back together and just formed one company. So Pfizer went away, and then it was just Monsanto. Then they got, I guess, into another fight. They broke up again, and so then there was two separate companies. And then the second time they broke up, then they just decided to keep it two separate companies. And so as soon as they did that again, that's when my dad was offered more money, more opportunities, more people working under him. So he went from like I think 15 people working under him to 20 people. So he got an extra 5 people. And then my dad finished the rest of his life, under that job. And then when my dad started to get more sick and more sick, then they said, well, we'll give you a benefit packet. And then my dad retired. And then he spent the rest of his life just hanging out with my mom and me and trying to get better. And unfortunately, he didn't get better. But it was so rad that I got to hang out. Literally, as soon as my mom told me that things were looking bad, I was like, yeah, fuck work. I'm like, I can always get another job. I'm going to go spend as much time with my dad as possible. And I know you guys would do the same thing. So I think I told you guys about all this, but literally, when I found out, and that's when I was still doing security, they kind of understood, but they kind of didn't. I didn't get fired from security. I just quit. I said, I need some more time. They're like, Fears, we've already given you like 3 weeks. And I'm like, I don't care. My dad's more important than any other job. So I'm like, you're not going to give me more time, then peace, I'm out. And I never heard from them again. So I was like, all right, well, fuck you guys. I'm like, my dad's more important. So I pretty much like, no one would call me back. So I remember calling them, leaving a message saying, hey, my boss wouldn't give me more time. He's already given me 3 weeks. I need more time because it's starting to get really bad. I want to spend as much time with my dad as possible. And I said, I'm just letting you know, if you guys have to fire me, that's great. I said, no one's called me back. So I'm pretty much saying I'm quitting. And so I quit over the phone because nobody would call me back. So, and that was very nice to them. Very, very, very nice. I still, to this day, haven't heard back from them. But that's okay because I got a way better job now. And then I remember hanging out with my dad every single day until, unfortunately, the time, where my dad left this earth. And I'm telling you guys, I miss him. I miss everything about him. But yeah, let's see here. Let me catch up on the comments here. Sorry we had to make you an example. Oh, sorry we had to make an example out of you. If I did it to you, we will definitely do it to them. That's all I ask. Because they've gotten away, heroes, with saying a lot of smart-ass comments. But they're just really good at hiding it. Like, they'll say it, and then they'll be like, oh, no, I was just joking. No, they weren't joking. You're a fucking idiot. You weren't joking. And I'm just getting kind of sick and tired of their bullshit. Because I'm not afraid of any of them, heroes. Not one. They think I am, but I'm not. I would take them down. I would snap their backs like a twig. Kid you not. I'm not afraid of any of them. Not one. Zero. So, they just like to make Fears' life a living hell. But anyway, let's get back to more important stuff. So, I appreciate all the love for my dad. My dad was awesome. Keep sending my dad some love and some prayers. It's a special day. Dad, I love you. You're the best. Happy birthday. Right when I started the stream, I sang happy birthday. I'm going to send my mom a birthday card for my dad. Because, I already sent it. But I said, Mom, you know how the mail is. I said, if I send it, I sent it like 5 days ago. It takes literally like more than a week. Anytime I send my mom or my grandma or something, because Florida's over here and Missouri's way over here, my mom's like, why does it take so long? I said, I don't know, Mom. I said, probably because I live like 3,000 miles away. I said, plus the U.S. postal system sucks. Like FedEx and UPS, they're way better. So a few times where I've had to get it like overnight, I just send it through FedEx since I work there, So, but if it's like just like a birthday card or something to my aunt, then I'll just send it through the normal mail, So I said, hey, Mom, as soon as you get it, take it to Dad's grave. So it's on the way. It's definitely on the way. So yeah. But heroes, listen, I'm not mad at you. I understand, and I'm not mad at your administrator. I'm just sick of their bullshit. And they think it's great. They giggle and laugh and because they're immature. And they always have been. They probably always will be, So I will do my part, buddy. I promise you. I will do my part. I will do my damnedest to ignore it. I really will. But they should know by now that I'm not afraid of them. I never have been. I never will be, They're spineless, idiot cowards. And they always will be. Always. That's all they ever will be. But we're cool. I love your Discord. I always will show my support. Check out my friend's Discord. Whenever there's not mad chaos going in there, it's actually pretty cool. So check out his Discord. And buddy, I hope you find mega deals at MegaCon. Notice that pun there? Ooh. Let's see. Heroes, I'm telling you though, those vendors, buddy, be careful. Because it's at MegaCon. You know they're going to charge you an arm and a leg. Oh, yeah, it's a deal. $300. And then you look at them like, you're delusional. $300 is not a deal. $100 is a deal. $50 is a deal. But you're insane. $300? No. Crap. Garbage. So, like Heroes and Me says, if you're going to a big convention, always scope out the toys. And then on Sunday, before they pack everything up, like the last hour, kind of sneak in for the attack, get your shit, and then get the hell out. You know what I'm saying? Because if you try to buy anything on Friday or Saturday, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg. Oh, yeah, well, we got another day, so think about it, $400. And then all of a sudden, you'll do an old Fierce Clack on Sunday. Look, you've got another con to go to. You've got many cons to go to. Do you really want to pack it up? And then they'll be like, yeah, you're right. All right, go ahead. I'm like, yeah, but not at $400. $100. What do you think? You know? A hero says the administrator is here watching, so she said, "Keep your promise." I will listen. I will do my very best. I will do my very best, but you know they're gonna try to provoke me, heroes. You know, and I feel bad for you, and I feel bad for your family, and I feel bad for your administrator. I've already written your administrator, and I asked her. I said, like, if they start some shit, time them out. You know, and she even wrote. She wrote me back and said, "Look, John, I know that they're trying to get under your skin." I said, "Okay." I said, "I just want to let you know that they always start it. Even when I try to say something nice, they're like, 'Oh yeah, whatever, Fears.'" You know. So as long as you guys know that I've never started it. That's why I'm kind of afraid to post a picture. Sometimes I'm afraid to say something because they'll jump on me, and I'm getting kind of fed up of it. So, and I don't mean to spread drama here in my live. I'm just saying, since you brought it up, I thought, okay, well, I'll talk about it. You know, so, but because the worst thing in my mind, I was like, well, I don't want any bad blood between the administrator, which there isn't, and I don't want any bad blood between me and Heroes, because it's not their fault. They're not saying it. It's those idiots that are saying it. You know. So I'm glad that we're still cool, Heroes, and that your family is still cool with me, because I can't wait to hang out with you guys again. Christmas was amazing. Christmas was epic. You guys have seen the Christmas vlog. It was going ballistic. The administrator makes a cameo. Her brother makes a cameo in it. You know, her brother, Heroes. I don't know if you saw it, but I went up to him. I went up to your son and was like, "Yo, tell the fans hi." And he was like, "Literally, my insides are gone after doing that chip taste test." Because I said, "Hey, the fans love the chip taste test." And he went, "Yeah." He goes, "My insides are pretty much gone," but he goes, "I'm glad everybody got a giggle out of it." And I was like, "I got a giggle out of it." I'm like, they want me to do it, so I'm like, one of these days. I don't know. I don't know if anything will be left in my esophagus, or you thought my Crohn's was bad. Now, wait until I have that one chip challenge. Whoo! It'll be many trips to the bathroom. I kid you not. I'll probably break my toilet. Yeah, I'm not even trying to gross people out. That's probably what's gonna happen. Probably what's gonna happen. But anyway, buddy, I'm glad we're cool. I'm glad the administrator cool. But yeah, so that's all I'm gonna say. I'm done. I'm done talking about it. So that's time to move on. But yes, thank you. I'm so glad to be out of Discord jail. Discord jail. All right, let's continue on. So yeah, so let's see here. Any updates? Easter's coming up, so whatever you guys are gonna do for Easter, I hope you guys have a wonderful Easter. I know some people celebrate Easter in the chat, and some people don't. So all the people that are religious, have a great Easter coming up. As always, I did such a great job last year at my church. The other a few days ago when I was at church, they're like, "Fierce, you did such a great job hiding all the Easter eggs for the kids." They said to you and your friend Matt that goes to my not Matt, man. There's another Matt that goes to my church. That's pretty normal. They said, "Do you and Matt want to hide the eggs again this year?" And I said, "Oh, I said I'd be honored." So I'm gonna be in charge of hiding the eggs, so I get to be the Easter bunny. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna have a big. I don't know if it's gonna be an Easter lunch or an Easter breakfast because last year they did an Easter lunch, but at church they were thinking of switching it up a little bit. And I was like, "That's cool. I love Easter breakfast or Easter lunch." And they're like, "Fierce, do you like pancakes?" And I was like, "I love me some pancakes. I love pancakes." So yeah, so yeah, so so yeah. Somebody called me. Give me 1 second. Gotta love those telemarketers. They just tried to call me. Well, guess what? My phone's going on silent mode. There it is. No more interruptions. So yeah, so it's either gonna be a Easter breakfast or it's gonna be an Easter lunch. So that should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. I talked to my mom today. She's doing all right. I'm gonna call my grandma after this. I talked to my brother. It's my dad's birthday, so keep sending love to my dad. Send those birthday wishes. I really appreciate that. That's really nice of you guys. So shout out to Visions for giving some birthday wishes to my dad, and Heroes, and I know Richie did some, and who else? Richie and let's see who else. Richie and Visions and Heroes. So thank you guys so much. I can't thank you enough. That was really nice of you guys. And yeah, my dad's the coolest, man. So he would have been 66 today. So would have been 66. Great guy. I learned so much from him. He was the best at giving advice. He was funny. He was talented. He was smart. Took care of his family. Was a great husband to my mom. My dad was always buying my mom like flowers and earrings and stuff like that. So my dad was an all around great guy. So I always try to lead by my dad's example. Always. Always. In everything I do. Sometimes I succeed in that, and sometimes I don't. Again, I'm not perfect, but I always try to lead by my dad's example because my dad was a very smart guy. All right, I'm going to move on to the next topic. So, the Walmart haul. Visions, are you ready for this? So, I was down to not nothing in my fridge, but almost nothing. So, I was like, all right, before I go into work tonight, because I hate shopping, you guys know this. So, I was like, all right, I'll get it done today. So, here is the haul. All right, here we go. So, here we go. So, first one, I got a new shirt for church. So what do you guys think? Pretty nice shirt. And you guys know blue is one of my favorite colors. So I got this. So there we are. There we are. And then I got this really cool. So Heroes. Whenever you guys do go to Disney or Universal, Veer's got a new Disney shirt. So I'll either wear this one whenever we go to Disney, or we'll get the. I bought this new Disney one. I just thought it was so cool. So I got this new Mickey Mouse one. So I got this one. So it looks like somebody sketched on a drawing. So I was like, that's pretty cool. I'm like, I'll get that. I'll rock that. So yeah. So I'm ready to go to Disney with you and your family whenever you want, or Universal. If it's Universal, I'll wear something else. But if it's Disney, then I'll probably wear this bad boy. Because I have a sense that Heroes likes Universal a lot more, and he's told me on screen, which is fine, which is cool. I'll be honest, I like Disney a little bit more. Islands of Adventure, it's all right, but out of Islands of Adventure and Universal, I definitely like Universal more than Islands of Adventure. I've only ever been to Volcano Bay once, Heroes, once, and it was fun. It was fun, and that's not even a theme park. That's a water park. But they got some really cool water slides there, I must say. But I've only been there once, and I've stayed at, let's see, 3 or 4 Disney hotels in my life. Um, I stayed here just to do a vlog. I stayed at a Disney hotel once and just did a vlog about it. And then all the other times were with my family, staying on the Disney resorts. And then when I was still dating my ex, we celebrated our 6 month anniversary, and we went to a Universal hotel, and we went to Universal, rode some rides, and we stayed in the, oh, I don't remember what Universal hotel it was, but we stayed in one of them. I did a vlog about that. So I've only stayed in one Universal resort, but they were nice. Very nice. Very nice. So if you guys ever get a chance, both of them are nice. Universal resorts are good. The ones, at least the ones that I stayed at. The one I stayed at Universal, super nice. Amazing. Amazing. The ones that I stayed in at Disney, spectacular. Spectacular. So yeah. Um, Visions. Have you ever went to Disney World or Disneyland? Did you and your family ever do that? I'm just curious. I don't know if Visions is still here because I haven't seen him write anything in a while. But I'm just curious, Visions. I've never asked you that. Did you guys ever go to? I mean, it was a big thing with me growing up. Me and my mom and my dad and my brother, we'd try to get down to Florida at least once a year, like whenever I was growing up. We went to, but you know what? The funny thing is that we've only went to Disneyland once. But we went to Disney World probably more than 20 times in my lifetime. Well, actually, it's more than 20 now that I've lived down here. In 2019, I went there, and before COVID, before they shut everything down, I went another time. So since I've lived down here, I've went to like Universal twice, and I've went to Disney World probably 3 times. So yeah. Vision says I went once when I was 7 to Disneyland. I'm not really into Disney stuff. I got you, buddy. It sometimes people are into it, sometimes they're not. So I get it. All right. All right. Here's the next haul. So sometimes my library, like throws away like DVDs, Blu-rays, and they put them on a shelf and they say, if you donate to the library, you can have it. So I found this hilarious Blu-ray. You ready for this, Visions? Heroes? Devil's Due! Like all this, like some woman with like devil eyes, you know. As soon as I saw her, she's all like that. I just fucking lost my mind. I was like, oh, this has to be part of the collection. So I don't know if you've ever seen this one, Visions, but I got this one from my library. So, and it was not this price. It wasn't this one. I think the library bought it for $7, but I donated $1, so I got it for $1. So maybe this weekend I'll watch some Devil's Due. And this guy was making me fucking lose it. He's just like stuck on a wall, like like that. So I thought that was pretty hilarious. So I'm looking forward to watching this. So yeah, all right. And then I got these at my library. Now these I checked out, so I have to take these back. But I've never seen the sequel to Jumanji, so I'm gonna watch this maybe tomorrow or tonight. Visions. I didn't get a chance to watch Silent Night, Deadly Night, so I'm watching that tonight before work. I was so tired at that stream, dude. You guys could tell. I was extremely tired. Like, the whole first 15 minutes of yesterday's stream, I was like, yo, guys, hey, what's going on? Yeah, that's cool, peace. And I don't even know, I don't even remember what the fuck I was talking about. That's how tired I was. Then once the coffee started kicking in, then I was like, all right, now I'm fine. But I kid you not, the first 15 minutes, so after that stream, Visions, I was exhausted. And I still had to go into work. I was like, all right, I've got 3.5 hours left until I have to go to work. Because I went to work around, I think I ended the stream around 10, 11-ish, somewhere around there. And I didn't have to be at work until 3:45. So I slept all of 11, all of 12, all of 1, got up around 2, made myself a little snack, packed it in my little lunch pail for work, put in some water bottles, took a quick shower, and then I was lickety split off to work. Which, by the way, work last night wasn't that bad. So we had, oh, how much did we have? Excuse me. I think it was 41,000 boxes we had. So that wasn't too bad. All right. And then next movie, I still need to watch this. I had to renew this. I haven't had time to watch this documentary. I thought this was so cool. So this So in Tampa, they've got a whole beer factory where they make it's like a homemade beer that they only sell it in Tampa. And this is like a documentary about their factory and how they make this certain type of Tampa, Florida beer. And I thought, oh, that'd be a good watch. So it says brewing a great tasting beer requires innovation and an artist's vision for a brew to stand out. Be sure to come check out. I'm not sure when you're in Tampa. Be sure to have Tampa beer, crafting the Bay. So I don't know the name of the beer. I think it's called Bay Beer because the factory's near the bay, so it would make a lot of sense. But I'm still gonna watch this. So I just haven't had time. And then this one was so good. I've watched it before, but I just checked it out because I want to watch it again. It's basically Kevin Bacon, he's one of my favorite actors. He's like a real man's man type of guy. Really cool actor, badass, and he's in one of my favorite monster movies of fucking all time. Fucking Tremors, motherfucker. He was only in one of them. I wish he would have came back for some of the sequels. They probably would have done a lot better if a high profile actor was in some of the sequels. Now they got what? Now they have like 10 fucking Tremors and they're all crap. The only ones that are not crap are the first three. The first three I love. All the other ones are shit water garbage. The first three are amazing though. So this one is based on a true story. Kevin Bacon plays this massive like corporal guy. Like he's like high up on the food chain in the Marines. And he hears about this young kid that dies, and for him being so young, he achieved so much. Like he went from private to like um I think he died as a I don't know, it was he died as a corporal, and that's very unusual for a young kid to get that at such an early age, and he got it so quickly because he was such a go-getter. And so Kevin Bacon's character, it's based on a true story, and he plays Colonel Michael Strobe, and that's a real guy. And he just was inspired by how much this kid achieved before he died, and he died in Iraq. So he went up to his boss and said, "I would be." I said, and then in the movie, he says, "I know it's unusual for a colonel to take home." Another soldier, but he goes, I would be honored to do it. So he took him home, and the kid was from Mike Strobel's hometown. So that was another reason. He goes, well, he's from my hometown, so I feel obligated to take him home. And it's basically about how much him taking another soldier home inspired him, and the soldier that died was Chance Phelps, and it's a great movie. And Chance Phelps, he died as a corporal, and the movie shows you, even though Chance died, it showed you how many people got inspired by Chance and how much he achieved, because I think the kid was only like 23, 24. And Mike Strobel's character, he's like in his 40s, and he just made the military his life. And Kevin Bacon's character joined the military. The Mike Strobel guy, he joined the military like at 17 or 18 or something like that. So it's a good movie. And before my dad died, my dad actually suggested this movie. He goes, "Oh yeah, me and your mom watched it." He goes, "I think you'd like it," because I love movies based on true stories. Yeah, I like all the made up stuff too, but if a movie's based on a true story or based on actual events, to me it's way better because it actually fucking happened. So if you guys get a chance, watch this movie because it's really good. So I rented it from the library. Again, the libraries kind of became the new Blockbuster, right, Visions? Because there are no more Blockbusters anymore, so you can actually check out movies at my library. So if I'm looking for some good watches and I'm sick and tired of watching the same crap that's on my shelf, then I just go there. So I'm gonna watch these. I'll probably save these for the weekend though, because tonight come higher hell water, Visions. I don't care how tired I am watching Deadly Night or Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 tonight, so I can review it tomorrow. Because everybody was looking forward to that. I know Visions was, but I apologize, buddy. I was so tired. As soon as that stream last night got over, I took a shower, did all the stuff that I needed to do to prepare for work, and then I went to sleep. I mean, I conked out. I was so dead tired, it was beyond belief. All right, let's continue on with the haul. All right. So Fear's got some new coffee because I almost ran out. This one, so I'll probably try this one tomorrow on stream. This one is from Black Rifle Coffee Company. It's got a pretty cool like night vision guy, and it's Beyond Black. It's Beyond Black. So this is the newest. This is the latest and greatest. So I'll let you guys know how well. Now this one, the last one I drank was Loyal Dog or whatever, because there's a lot of loyal dogs like in the military and stuff, and they help out with police officers and firefighters do their job and the military. So I gave that one a go. That one was strong. It wasn't as strong as the last one, but it was still strong. So we'll see if this one is just as strong as the last one or if not stronger. It says, the dark roast doesn't explore the darkness it lives in. Our go-to dark roast coffee is where bold meets delicious. The robust flavors features a spicy aroma with dark chocolate tasting with a smoky finish. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Black Rifle Coffee Company serves coffee and culture to people who love America. We developed our roasts that focuses on our commitment to supporting all branches of the military. So I've been enjoying reviewing these coffees. And, woo. So there's that. Let's see. Vision says there is a great streaming service called Canopy that is free with your local library membership if they offer it. Oh, yeah? You know, I've never asked Visions, but maybe I should ask them if they have that. Vision says, our town is pretty small, so it's not connected, unfortunately. Oh, that sucks, buddy. That sucks. That sucks. Because I keep thinking, I'm going to have this installed in my brain, Visions. I know you live near Portland, but Visions doesn't live in Portland. But you live near it. So, whenever I come to visit you, buddy, I guess all the cool stuff to do is in Portland. Plus, they also filmed, didn't they film certain scenes? Because whenever I went out with Casey, we watched oh, what is that fucking movie with Edward and shit? Oh God, I'm having a brain fart. But they filmed some scenes on the Portland beach of, what is it? Edward and fucking Jacob and, oh God, what is it? I'm having a brain fart here. I can't think of what that fucking movie is called. Help me out. Help me. I can't think of it. I know they filmed some of that shit in Portland. What the hell is that? Hang on, let me Google it because now it'll be stuck in my mind all night. And I can't think of that fucking movie. Hang on, give me a second. Edward Cullen movie. Oh, Twilight. That's what it is. God, I couldn't fucking remember it. Twilight. Yeah, I know they filmed some of that Twilight shit in Portland and all that crap. So yeah. That's where their high school is. Yeah, I remember all that. So even though I watched all that Twilight stuff for Casey and for all the other girls that I dated, that'd be kind of cool to check out that high school. And I know they got some movie collection. But the main event, Visions, what we're doing is fuck Twilight. You know, if we pass by it, that's cool. But it's all about those fucking Goonie locations. 80s Goonie locations. I cannot fucking wait. And Visions, we're recreating my favorite scene. We're doing it. I don't have the handle! Open the lock! If we had a pizza, we'd recreate the pizza scene, too. And he's like, quit stealing my pepperoni. And the fucking guy pulls out a gun. You want your pepperoni? Huh? You want it? And he pulls out a gun, and then he fucking chucks the pepperoni, hits the guy in the face, and then he pulls out a gun, and he's all like, come on, let's kill each other over the fucking pepperoni. That scene is probably my second favorite scene, but my favorite scene is when they're going nuts about trying to get in the fucking lock. So we got to recreate that, Visions. It's a must. Oh, my God. That movie's so great. All right, so tomorrow I'm going to try this new coffee. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't believe that I forgot about Twilight. I just could not remember the name of it. Probably because I've only seen Twilight a handful of times, and it's only been with ladies and shit. You know, when I've watched it. And yes, it's in my collection, but the only reason why it's in the collection was when I was dating ladies, because we watched it so much. I was like, oh, well, I'm like, we're watching this so much, I'll just fucking buy it, you know? So yeah. They filmed Kindergarten Cop Short Circuit there. I remember that. Ooh, so maybe we could do some more than just, you're giving me ideas. See, Visions? I told Visions to come up with some ideas whenever I come. I like these ideas, Visions. We could do some Kindergarten Cop movie locations, and we could do some Short Circuit 2. Was it Short Circuit 1 or Short Circuit 2? Because Short Circuit 2 they filmed in a city. Short Circuit 1 is where the robot stays with that girl on her like farm in Portland, and there's like animals all over the house and shit. So I think it's Short Circuit 1. I'm pretty sure. But I like those ideas, Visions. We could go check out that shit too. No! They didn't film that movie. Well, that's one movie location we will not be checking out, Visions. Visions said they also filmed Edward Penis Hands there. You were obsessed with Edward Penis Hands. Which, by the way, I checked out the trailer and I about fucking puked. That shit was so disgusting. I thought, well, I'm like, let me take a gander at it. I'm like, let me take a gander and see what Visions is talking about. And I know you were just joking, Visions. So I Google it, Edward Penis Hands, and I hit the trailer, and a whole bunch of creepy, weird shit started to unfold, and I was like, you have to be fucking shitting me. And then I watched another video where somebody asked Tim Burton in an interview on one of those like interview shows, and they said, this thing's kind of floating around. Have you seen it? And Tim Burton, and I quote, in the video said, yeah, I've heard about it, and yes, I've seen it. And he goes, sadly. So even Tim Burton's watched that stupid crap. Vision says, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I know I'm right. There's no way we're going to go check out those locations, Visions. Oh, no, you're probably right with Short Circuit 1. That's right. Because I was like, when you said Edward Penis Hands, I was like, there's no fucking way I'm doing those movie locations. Fuck that noise. All right, let's continue on with the haul. All right, so Fears. I love my coffee. So if I bought new coffee, well, then Fears has to get a new mug. And I got the Avengers mug. Oh, yeah. Now, again, I don't like Funko Pops, but I didn't get it for that point. I got it because I like the Avengers. So, yeah. So, new mug. So, to all the idiots out there that says I don't collect nerd shit, fuck you. I collect nerd shit. That's right. So, don't ever say that I don't collect nerd shit, because here it fucking is. Here we are. But I thought it was a cool mug. So, Avengers it up, man. Avengers it up. All right. Moving up right along. All right. Here we go. All right, this one's for the ladies. Fear's got some new underwear. I got some Avenger underwear. So, ladies, ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la. That's right. All right, next. And I got some pretty good deals, Visions, on the Blu-ray. So I thought I had this in my collection. As you guys know, Fears is a big Disney fan. And before I left the house, I was like, oh, is this in my collection? I fumbled through it, and this is not in my collections. And I was surprised, because I've watched this movie a million times as an adult and as a kid. More times as a kid. But Fears has finally got it in the collection. It was only $9. Disney's Peter Pan. So hell yeah, there it is. Quite a classic. And then the next one was $9. But the first time I watched this movie, I rented it from my library, and I thought, I'll give it a whirl. And it wasn't the best movie in the world, but it was funny. And I like Ryan Reynolds as an actor. So I got Free Guy, where he plays like a background character in a video game, and then the actual video game character finds out, oh shit, my life is fake. I'm stuck in a video game. Nothing I do matters. It's the same shit every single day. He wears the same blue shirt every day. He gets the same fucking coffee every day. And he goes, there's something really wrong here. And so then he decides to do something about it. He goes, I don't want to be a background character anymore. I want to be a main character in the video game. So, it was only $9. I thought, what the hell? It's a funny watch. I'm like, I'll get it. So there's that. So there's those two, and then that's it. And then the rest. I was almost out of shampoo, so I had to get some more shampoo. So there it is. So that's the haul. That's the haul. There we are. So not too bad of a haul. Not too bad of a haul. So all right. Last thing, because we've been going for about oh wow, we've been going more than I thought. An hour and 10 minutes. I thought we'd only went for like an hour so far. Okay, gotcha. That's right, Randall. A non-playable character. So he plays a non-playable character in the background. And then he's like, fuck that noise. He goes, I want to be like a main character. So yeah. All right, let me go grab Jason X because I watched that today. So Visions, I do apologize for not watching Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 last night, but I'm telling you, man, I was exhausted. I was exhausted. All right. So booyah right there. I still need to get it on Blu-ray. I haven't found it on Blu-ray. But Fears bought this like 12 years ago. So it's when did they make this? They made this in quite a long time ago. Wow. So they made this movie when Fears was still in high school. Holy shit, am I old? Damn. They made this movie 1 year before I graduated. I graduated in 2003. They made this movie in 2002. I didn't know it was that fucking old. It's still a good watch though. So I watched it today. Um, Basically, it takes place right after Part 9, and they can't figure out a way to kill Jason. They've tried everything: hanging him, shooting him, fire squad. They've hung him. I mean, they tried to like cut his arm off. It grew back. So the person in charge of Jason's just like, all right, well, if we can't kill him, let's put him in cryostasis, and we'll figure out something later. And as they're transporting him, and it always happens like this in fucking horror movies, because people are fucking idiots in horror movies. You'd think they would learn from their mistakes. So during the transfer from the jail where he is to the cryo chamber, of course, Jason gets out, kills a bunch of people, and then so the movie starts. And the woman that's in charge of the woman's that is in charge of Jason's like, can't you bring the cryostasis to the jail? She goes, I'm telling you, it's very dangerous to transport him over open country. And of course, the idiot like guy that's in charge of it's like, man, we've got 20 guys assisting. Everything's under control, and they basically like overstep her word, right? They overstep her word, and you didn't know this, Randall? Yeah, Jason in space. Yeah. Well, I guess Randall doesn't watch a lot of horror movies, so that's understandable why he wouldn't know. Let's see. Cameo Man says, I love the part in Jason X where the android's nipples fall. Oh, wait, no, so you have seen it, Randall. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Yo, Triple, what's up? He says, great final haul of 2022, Fears. Happy I could catch the end of the premiere. What are you talking about? This haul isn't from 2022. This haul is from today. And we're in 2023, buddy. So I think you meant to say 2023. Which, by the way, heroes, it's my dad's birthday today, so give my dad some love. Randall, it's my dad's birthday. Tell him happy birthday for me, buddy. My dad would have been 66. So shout out to my dad. My dad's fucking awesome. My dad is the best. My dad's the man. So anyway, to make a long story short, they overstep her bounds. And what does Jason do? Well, he does the thing that he always, is meant to do. He's a psycho killer. And he's a psycho. So he breaks loose, kills like 20 guys right in the main credits. So she's like, well, it's my chance to take this fucker down. So she shoots him in the arm, which pisses him off. And she's like, yeah, come this way. So she leads him down into the cryo chamber. And then Jason walks in. He kind of looks around. And he's like, where the fuck is she? And then she gets up, shoots him. And he literally falls into the chamber. She closes the door. Hits the button, it starts freezing. Before he can freeze, though, he shoves his machete through the door, stabs her in the chest. Or, I'm sorry, like in the side, like here. She falls over, dies, and then there's a breach in the containment unit. and she ends up getting frozen too. And then the chamber's left alone for like 485 years, and it takes place in the future in the year 2455. And on a routine training mission, a team of students and their teacher learn a terrifying lesson. Throughout the years, Jason Voorhees has claimed over 200 victims. So actually, Jason Voorhees has killed more people than Michael Myers. So yeah. Now the legendary killer from Camp Crystal Lake is back, hurling through space and hunting new prey in new situations. Jason X is a shredding thriller loaded with spectacular special effects, high tech weapons, and new ways to die. That's right. So if you haven't checked it out, Fears will give this a 9. There's some pretty cool action sequences, just like they said on the Blu-ray. Tons of special effects. My favorite scene in it is where this like nerdy guy like does like a holographic simulation of like Camp Crystal Lake from like 1984. And these two holographic girls are like, "Hey, you want to smoke some pot and drink some beer? Or we can have premarital sex. We just love premarital sex." And then Jason's like, "Oh, yeah? Well, what do you think about this?" And he grabs the two holographic girls, kills them, and then he realizes that this shit around him is all fake. And then he walks out and he continues to prey upon the people that he's trying to kill. But those holographic people jump in front of him. And then she's like, "Look at my tits!" Which, by the way, she had some great tits for a holographic, girl. But her tits were flowing. That's probably my favorite scene because it's so weird and random and hilarious. If I had to pick a second one, probably the beginning scene where he kills like 20 guys right off the bat. That's a good scene. It's funny. It's scary. It's got a little bit of everything. I definitely recommend it. It's a good addition to the Friday the 13th series. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. I mean, it's really good. It's really, really, really good. So, anyway, that's all I got for today. I talked a little bit about what happened in the Discord. And again, Heroes, I wasn't trying to bring negativity to your Discord. I wasn't trying to bring negativity here. Just, it kind of gets annoying when they get away with it scot-free, but I'm the one timed out and they never get timed out. So hopefully now everyone will treat everybody with respect. I doubt it. They'll find some way to, sneak in some smart-ass comments, as always. But we'll see. We'll see. But I'll do my best to be nice and civil in there. Some people I'm just not going to talk to because some people I absolutely can't stand in there with a passion. But again, Heroes, I understand where you and your administrator were coming from. I'm glad that you understand where I was coming from. Hopefully things will be better. I really do. Shout out to all my fans in the chat. Thank you once again for all the loyal and loving support. To the people, because there is some people that love Fears, love my content, and I can't thank you guys enough for the people that don't troll me, that show support, and that have been a friend of mine since day one. People like Triple, Cameo Man, Visions, Pixel, Richie. I mean, I'll be honest, I've got more loving and loyal fans than haters. The haters I have, it's like the same 10 fucking idiots, So yeah, so I'm so grateful to have all these wonderful people that watch my channel and that are into my stuff. And I can't thank you guys enough for all the support. You guys are awesome. That's you guys keep Fears going. So for every hater, you guys keep me going. Shout out to my dad. Happy birthday, Dad. I love you. You're the best. I'm always thinking about you. I won't let your memory die. I talk about you every day, Dad, or almost every day. I pray for you every day. I love you. You're the best. And happy 66th birthday. Anyway, I'm taking off, guys, because Fears has to put all this stuff away that I bought. I needed to get a shower. I'm going to start making dinner because it's 7:04. Fears has to be in at work at 3:30. It's either 3:30 or 3:45. I have to check. So I'm going to get a little Silent Night, Deadly Night in Visions. I'm going to get a little editing in because I just haven't been in the mood to edit. I wonder why, because of so much drama in my life. That's why I haven't been in the editing mood. So yeah. But I'm going to try to edit something tonight. But anyway, thanks for all the loyal support. Thanks for all the birthday wishes to my dad. I'm sure he really appreciates it. I appreciate it. And get ready, Visions, for an epic, epic, epic Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 review tomorrow. Oh my god. The hilarious, cheesy movies, just keep it rocking. Just keep it flowing. That's right. Oh man. And Visions, I will find that's what was it, the Starlight thing you were telling about, or Starman, or whatever. What was it, Visions? What was the name of that one? Where there's a will, there's a way. I'll find it at least on DVD. Almost every movie is on DVD. It may not be on Blu-ray, but I'll find it on DVD because I'll give an example. I looked for hours for Battle Truck on Blu-ray, and there wasn't. I did find it on DVD, and I saved it. And I either found it on Amazon or eBay. I'll have to check where I saved it, but Fears is going to get that soon. And I cannot wait to review Battle Truck, motherfuckers. That's right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I just can't remember that other one, Visions. Was it Starman or Starlight? Or you put it in the Discord, but that one looked hilarious. But I haven't watched the trailer yet, but I will. But it looked funny. All right, guys. You guys are the best. Take care. Have a wonderful Tuesday night. And Fears will either be back tomorrow or the next day. I'll let you guys know. But get ready for another epic show. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my friend Randall at Cameo Man 2021 and the Mayor of Magic. Check out Visions, Lord Visions, at www.exhumvisions.com. Buy some cool shit. Speaking of Visions, Visions has already mailed out the mugs, and he said it's going to be 2 days until I get the mug. Well, now 1 day, because this day's almost over. So I'm going to check it I'm going to check the mailbox Wednesday or Thursday, buddy. And so get ready for the big reveal of the Fears Vlogs muggage. And Randy will finally get a Randy mug because his name is Randy. So Randy, you're the man. You're the man with the plan, man. So now Randy will finally have a mug to go with his name. And we're all excited. Check out Pixel, Lord of the Pylons at Pixel Protocol. Anyway, this is Fears. Have a wonderful night.